boys here. What the fuck? I know some of you are short some volunteer hours. This does count. Old Mike's got you covered. All right, but seriously, I love the Boys and Girls Club. I do. I grew up there. Well, by grew up there, I mean got beat down by black kids in basketball. It's true. It's true. Those kids can hoop. They could hoop. They're only slightly better than my brothers at the JCC. I'm not Jewish, but I sympathize. No, but seriously, those kids were really good. It's almost like it was more than a game. Like they were fighting for something. But what that is, I don't know. It was poverty. Those kids were fighting poverty. They were. But me, no, I wasn't. I unfortunately went to private school. I fought depression. The silent killer. And I fought from an early age. All right? And that's what I'd like to say. That depression, it's a privilege. It's a luxury. It may be not something you ask for, but it's something you get because you're in the game. Like a DUI. Or chlamydia. You're playing ball, baby. No, but seriously, but seriously, think about it. I mean, do you think that the man who has to waterboard his neighbor for blood diamonds in Sierra Leone is depressed? He might be. Or what about the little Vietnamese 8-year-old who puts chips in my iPhone? Is he depressed? Could be. But you know who is depressed? Me! I'm depressed! I've been depressed forever! I've been depressed since that little 8-year-old changed the ports on my iPhone. I've been depressed since I saw The Big Short. And guess what? I still don't really understand it. I've been depressed since I found out that rich people put little gold flakes on their food for fun! And guess what? It tastes like shit! It tastes terrible! It tastes like a little stale penny that you found on the ground and you stepped on it. And you threw a little bit of dirt on it. And then you threw it up some sorbet. What the fuck is umami? And that's not to say depression isn't real. It is. It's unbelievably real. And it affects millions and millions of people a year, including me. But I want you to remember that the next time you're sad that your life can be really shitty, that you're not being arm-barred by a crocodile on the Serengeti, you've got water! So those kids can hoop. They were really good. And I loved playing there. I did. I mean, the games were really competitive. And I love the dads. You know, they had a nickname for me. They called me Baby Kevin Love. Now, you know that if you were a slightly fat white kid in the hoops game between 2008 and 2014, you were called Baby Kevin Love. And it's true. And it was especially true because I couldn't jump. You know, the kids used to make fun of me. Mike can't jump. He's got no bunnies. He's a waste of height. Well, you know what, Marcus? I can't jump, but guess what? I have a political science degree. How about you? Marcus is actually doing really well for himself. He works for a venture capitalist firm in Boston. I'm really proud of him. So for those of you who do not know, I am an alcoholic. That's not the funny part. That's not the funny part. It's a very real, serious medical condition. And most of you probably are as well, you'll find out. But I am an alcoholic. And for those of you who do know, I am sorry. Ooh, my bad. Ooh. No, but it's true. I mean, I wasn't an everyday drinker. You know, I really was only drink during the weekends. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes Tuesday. If people are going out on Wednesday, might as well on Monday. Who's got a bottle? Who's got one? Whoa. No, but I was a blackout drunk. And so what that means is that I drink a lot. And then all of a sudden, I'm in blackface. Calm down. The joke only happened twice. It's not really. That's not what that means at all. I probably never did that. But it means that I drink a lot and I don't remember anything, which, as you know, is an unbelievable way to kill time. And as you've probably heard, it's like time travel. But for me, it's time travel where I fuck up the space-time continuum. And so what it looks like is that I drink, and then all of a sudden, Macklemore's president, Obama's a rapper, and Jim Crow's a chain of frozen yogurts. What the hell happened last night? I got fucked up. And when I'm not busy fucking up the multiverse, I'm busy fucking up my own life. And I drink it. Why am I in a dress? A shipping container? To Singapore? I'm a mail order bride. Oh my God. Not again. Don't like the mail order bride jokes. All right, I'll be on human trafficking. That seems fair. But seriously, today I'm able to say that I am a little over 5 months sober. And I really want to say that I'm not a victim. You know, I've done things in my life that I'm not proud of. You know, I've hurt people I've loved, my friends, my family. I've hurt people I've never even met. But I can stand here today and say that you can change, and you can put the work in to try to change. But the one thing I really want to say is that I would not be able to be up here today without my friends and my family, and people that have supported me. And that is why I would like to say if there's anyone here tonight who's struggling with alcohol or substance or whatever, that after the show, I'm going to give out my social security number! Steal my identity! Perpetuate your shitty behavior! You do not need to be held accountable! Let me be your scapegoat! Alright guys, well, welcome a really amazing comic to the lovely Callie White.
I'm Callie. Thank you guys for coming to this show. Mike talked a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club and his own experience growing up there, but this is also a very important show to me. I spent all 4 years of high school working at the Boys and Girls Club that I grew up going to, so I'm really excited that the proceeds will go back there. If you have ever worked, has anyone ever been to a Boys and Girls Club? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's humbling to work there sometimes. I've had a 6-year-old throw a chair at me, an 8-year-old give me the finger. It's really a test of your own patience. But I can't complain. I worked in the art room, so that's code for I would get really high after school and let kids use the paints. So that didn't suck, I'll tell you that. They put me in the homework room once. I can't do my own math homework, let alone a 6-year-old's. Please. Some of you who know me know I had to take stats at Syracuse University 3 times before I passed. I did pass though. Yeah, hell yeah. Suck it, Matt 121. Friggin' amateurs in there. That was also humbling being in an all-freshman math class as, you know, second semester senior, but we did it. we pulled through on that one. But yeah, so I've always sucked at math, school in general. Can't tell you how I ended up at this school. But I went home recently for winter break, and I keep getting, you know, questions, my parents, people, what are you doing after graduation? Like, you gotta grow up. Okay, I guess. So I was like, you know what, let me nip this in the bud, bring up something adult on my own. And I was like, you know what? Let me ask about tax returns. And I was like, yeah, Mom, when is my tax return gonna hit my bank account? And she was like, can you put in your own words what you think tax returns are? And I was like, yeah, actually, I got this one. I work a job, and the government then gives me back money. And they just keep track on their own, and I don't have to do anything else. That's not right. That is not how tax returns work. She actually had my 18-year-old sister explain it to me. So these kids just keep showing me up. But I actually did recently just get my tax returns, and I owe the government money. Like, I fucked it up that bad that I owe the state of New York $60. That's basically $100. What the fuck is this? Apparently it happens, but that's just something about that does not sit right with me. I mean, the federal government, I'm getting $3 from them, so I'm really squeezing them for every penny they got. But if anyone wants to do my taxes, please, I could use the help. And I suck at transitions, so we're just gonna jump to the next one. But, so, have any of you guys been to Chuck's before? Yeah? Maybe not. Most, no. Well, Chuck's is an awesome place. You know, a little shake-up from what we have on Marshall Street. I actually met Steven, the owner, right over there, because I was skiing, and he told me that I smelled like alcohol. So that was how we first met. And then he proceeded to ask me if I was on the ski team, and I obviously, yes, I am on the ski team. We were at a race, shout out ski team. And that's how, you know, we got things rolling at Chuck's, but I think we should all give it more of a chance. You know what? You can write your name on the wall, you can bring paint. It's pretty much just a glorified frat basement. Nothing better than that. And yeah, Steven is like He's right over there. This is a middle-aged, one of my Syracuse husbands. I have a second Syracuse husband, if anyone knows the Candyman. We are tight. And I do have this running theory that I think if my 2 Syracuse husbands ever met, they would either become best friends or mortal enemies. Kind of like who could win in a fight, Steven or Troy, the Candyman. And Troy, we love Troy. Troy has some fans. And I would just really like to see who would win in this fight. If you guys have any predictions, like cheer if you think Troy could absolutely show out. No, I don't know who I'm rooting for more, Troy or Steven, but they're awesome. Also, after leaving a bar, you're normally pretty drunk, sometimes. And sometimes when my roommates and I, we hit that peak drunk, and we're like, all right, is it time to play the game? Not drinking and driving. The other game. We will play the very vulnerable game of airplaying our Tinder on our TV. And honestly, at that point, it's who's more vulnerable, you or everyone else on Tinder. There has been some silly stuff on there. But I hope you guys all leave here tonight with a buzz and some smiles on your faces. Thank you so much for coming out. Great show.
Way to go, Kelly! We love you, Kelly! Alright, guys. Well, with no further ado, our next Kellen Rishi? Reiki. Kellen Reiki!
What's up, everybody? What's up? How we doing? I want to start with a little activity, all right? Make some noise if you've seen The Shining, the movie The Shining. If you haven't seen it, it's a scary movie. This guy, and his name is Jack Nicholson, and he runs this little hotel. Now imagine for a second, you're in the movie The Shining, and Jack Nicholson grabs you by the ankles and starts pulling you down the hallway, right? Imagine that, scary, right? Scary, imagine that, you might scream. So now I want to do an activity, pretend that you're in that situation, and we're all going to scream as loud as you can. All right, ready? On the count of 3, scream like Jack Nicholson's grabbing you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Yeah, great. Okay. I think the people outside, they're getting a little skeptical. What's going on in here? We're in a bar. And we're like, not in a bar. There's this weird monkey white boy staying in this bar. So we gotta give him something for outside. Ready? On the count of 3 this time, scream for help. All right? 1, 2, 3. All right, great. Give me a hand. Last spring semester, about a year ago, I was in Los Angeles, studying out there for the whole semester, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love it. I didn't love LA. It's kind of similar to Syracuse in the sense that, like, paradise on earth, right? Syracuse and LA. No, it's weird. People in LA, I feel like they move there to work and make money, become famous, and then leave. And it's kind of the same here in Syracuse. Like none of us are really from here. We get the tools to get famous and then leave. And it's not really that homey, LA. Neither is Syracuse. I never really liked Syracuse. And but anyways, I was in LA, and one day I was at my apartment complex. I lived in an apartment complex with real people. They were real people. It was weird. And so I go to the elevator one day, and it was me, this woman, and her dog. And her dog just starts freaking out. The dog is going crazy on me. It wasn't it was a small dog, so there was no threat or anything. But he was it was coming right at me. And this lady is not apologizing for her dog, about to attack me. And the door opens, oh boy, I'm in for a ride. The door opens, she was there first, so I'm like, go. She's not going, go, get in the elevator. She's not doing it, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go in the elevator first, fuck you. I get in the elevator, she's still not coming in. And the door starts to close. Still hasn't apologized, but then she says one thing as the door's closed, and she goes, sorry, he doesn't like guys. I'm just born a guy. I can't do anything about this. I was born a man. This is all I have. I don't know. This bit is dedicated to white guys learning about discrimination. It was weird. It was really, really weird. I like to think that the dog is kind of like a progressive thing. I don't like guys. Take down the patriarchy. Dog, respect, really. I gotta check my privilege every now and then. I appreciate it. Maybe it was like a gender thing. He's like, I don't like guys. Neither do I. I appreciate it. But when I see a guy on the street, I'm like, fuck you! I don't do that, but you're doing it to me, alright? Give and take, dog, give and take. I bought a bottle of sweet Thai chili sauce the other day. I'm so stoked about it. I'm so excited. I've been waiting 2 years to buy this bottle of sweet Thai chili. Seriously, I've been waiting 2 years to buy this. And it's kind of like an analogy for college in this weird way. We all have our own bottle of sweet Thai chili sauce. The problem with it is it's not expensive. It's like $5, but I didn't want to buy it, use it once, and then throw it out. I'm not gonna buy this, but finally, because college, this is my problem, this is where the analogy comes in. College is weird, because you don't have a lot of time. The semester, by the time you get into the bottle, the semester's already over, right? So, but I finally bought this bottle, because it's senior year. I'm becoming an adult now, and it was finally time, but it's sad. It's really sad. I'm on 25% of the way through the bottle. And I'm working through it. But the good thing about it is I feel like I'm finally working my way through it. I still have time. I still have time to go through the bottle. And as this analogy goes, like, oh man. Does anyone want Thai food? Anybody like Thai food? Come on over to my house. I think we gotta make some Thai. We gotta have some Thai food together. It's good though. I mean, I feel like I'm working my way through the bottle because I'm up here. Like, you all paid to see me. This is great. I can do whatever I want. I can dance. We talked about dogs. We talked about discrimination. I'm figuring it out. I'm working my way through the bottle. I want to hear from you guys. Somebody raise their hand. Everybody's working through their bottle. What are you doing? You got a job. You're moving somewhere new. You've got an award. Somebody raise your hand. What are we doing? Who's working through their bottle? In the back.
Moving to LA.
Moving to LA. Anybody else? I can't see in the back. Is anyone? Someone's on the wall. These lights are really bright. Someone, come on. Somebody.
I'm living at my parents.
We're working our way through the bottle. So no matter who you are, whether you don't like guys or you like guys, buy the bottle. Because someday trash day is going to come. You're going to have to throw out that bottle. Whether or not it's finished, it's up to you. So help! I need help! All right, everyone, thank you all so much. Let's give it up for Kelly!
It was a human trafficking joke. That's where. It seems fair. No, but seriously, thank you guys so much for coming tonight. Thank you. Hey, everyone in the back, shut the fuck up. All right, it's for the kids. I'm gonna go tell the kids that you decided to have a chit chat when you could have been listening to me. No, but I know a lot of us are graduating. Raise your hand if you're graduating or give it a yell. Oh, that's the least stoked yell of all time. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Mike, call Mike.
I'm so sober now. It's just Mike. But, you know, I'm a little nervous, you know. What job am I going to do next year? Do you know? What job are you doing next year? She's got no clue. I like that, yeah. How about the 5th years in the front? What are you guys doing next year? He's going to be homeless. That's a great gig. It's not seasonal. Mental health benefits. It's a good gig. Yeah, good gig. But for me, I finally found the perfect job. I did.
Yeah, Mike!
Thank you! That's what I wanted, thank you! But no, seriously, I found the perfect job. And it is driving around the country in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile! Yes! For those of you who don't know what that is, imagine a 30-foot hot dog on wheels. And for those of you who do know, you know that it is the Batmobile of America. You snort? I got a snort. Let's go. No, but so it's a very elite position. And actually, the actual title. People in the back, you're going to want to hear this. The title of the position is called the Oscar Mayer Hot Dogger. He said, ooh, it's not a slur. She's like, damn, oh. That's the official title, and I know it does sound like a homophobic slur from the Wild West. Gee, Billy! What are all them folks doing over there? Don't worry about it, Gus. Just a bunch of hot doggers. So it's a good gig. It's a really good gig. It's for a year. And it sounds like a really awesome position until you hit November. Just imagine a woman in Little Rock, Arkansas, little woman, old, going to the bank, minding her business. She's ready to exit life. She's tired. Nothing new needs to happen. And then out of the corner of her eye, she sees a 30-foot cock on wheels and me in it, losing my mind. That'd be pretty shocking, wouldn't it? But not as shocking as our next comic. I'd like, give it up for Julia DeCesare.
Thank you. Hi guys. Yeah, take that. Don't mind me. Thank you, Charlie. Right off the bat, I want to say to the guy I walked in on in the bathroom, I don't regret the moment we shared. Oh, hey. And what? That's not my problem. And I didn't see anything. But anyway, this is actually my first time. Is this too loud or is this okay? I'll have to go like this. Okay, word. This is actually my first time in Chuck's, but it's good. I'm trying to do more things that scare me, you know? So it seems like a right step in the right direction. Also, I wanted to thank Mike for letting me perform. As you guys know, all the proceeds are going to the Boys and Girls Club, and it's so important to me that I give back whenever I can without actually donating. So I'm really, if anyone has any other charity stand-up shows, please let me know. I didn't do anything fun over spring break. We just had spring break. And I was gonna go to Mexico with my friends, but plans fell through. We couldn't afford it and I wasn't invited. But it was this close to happening. But it's okay. I really hate flying. Like, flying gives me so much anxiety. Like every single time I get on a plane, I do the same thing. I find my seat, I politely acknowledge the people on either side of me, and then I wonder if I'll get a memorial on campus after we crash. Like a bench on the quad. Is that too flashy? I don't know. I don't want people to be like, who does she think she is with her bench, you know? Maybe a tree with a plaque. But not just like a plaque in the ground, because nobody reads those. I want to be present. Anyway, I have more airplane jokes. The last flight I was on an American Airlines flight. I was very anxious, and there was a safety video, right? And at the end of the safety video, a flight attendant came on and said the slogan of the airline, and she said, "We hope your flight is great, because great is what we're going for." Now hear me out. I think great is a fine benchmark for the Olive Garden or Chuck's. But we're going 500 miles an hour in the air. Have a little confidence, you know? Like, great is what we're going for. Just end the video with, we're gonna do our best. We promise. We promise we're gonna do our best. I was writing that joke on the plane, and when they did it, I like looked around to see if anyone else thought it was funny. Nobody did. Anyway, but to write that joke, I asked a flight attendant. I was like, "Hey, how fast does the plane go?" And she goes, "Oh, let me ask. Hey, Darla, how fast does the Airbus go? Are we on an off-brand plane? Are we?" Because if I was in a hospital and I said to a nurse, like, "Hey, how much do the doctors make?" And she goes, "Let me ask. Hey, Darla, how much do the body healers make?" I'd be very concerned. But I was actually really happy to stay home for break. I got to spend a lot of time with my family, especially my grandmother, and she is a kooky gal. She said a lot of questionable things. Not racist, that's Grandma Mimi. But I just want to share with you guys some things I heard her say over the break. Is that cool? Okay, fun. So we had a family dinner, and we don't have a lot to talk about. So my uncle said, "I love my LL Bean boots." Are you with me so far? And my grandmother said, "I hate my LL Bean boots." And I, like an idiot, said, "Why, Grandma?" And she goes, "They haven't fit in 40 years. What? I'm sorry, that is like me saying, my ex-boyfriend never calls anymore. How dare he?" But then, you know, we naturally transitioned the conversation from LL Bean to 9/11, and how we got there is not important. I may or may not have an uncle in the FBI. Whoops. Anyway, I told myself I wasn't gonna say that. It's okay. Yeah, so we're talking about 9/11, right? And my grandmother goes, "You know, after 9/11, that's when I bought gold, so we can leave the country whenever we want." I didn't argue with her, right? Because she's 88 and she's got gold. I'm not trying to shake up the will. This is the most prepared person for death I've ever met in my life. She's got her funeral planned. She does not want flowers that she doesn't like there. I shit you not, I was getting coffee with her and she was like, "I went to the dentist and the dentist told me I need to get my teeth filled. And I said, okay, when are you doing that? She said, I'm not doing that. I told him, for what? The grave? I don't need to look nice for anybody anymore. Imagine being that done with life, doctors can't help you. You're like, fuck off. That's where she's at. She's a very strong woman. I try to be a strong woman. I remember in high school, I was in a political theory class. This is back when I was very politically passionate. I've lost some zest, but I was full. All right. I was full Bernie Sanders, like, loved him. I felt the burn every night, if you know what I mean. But I like half the class was pretty liberal, the other half, obviously, illiterate, and I got in an argument with this guy. I never learned his name. I always called him Brick, and you'll learn why in a second. And he got mad at me, or we got in an argument, because he yelled at me that women are too emotional to get to work in government. Now, I'm a feminist. I have a bush, right? So I, tried to explain to him that he was making a gross generalization about women. And then he interrupted me. That's when the tears started. I started crying. I don't mean a little bit. You know the cry where you're like, ah, like that? It was really bad. But it's okay. The tears were just like my right to vote leaving my body. It's not a big deal. I'm the only person who can say they single-handedly made a man sexist for the rest of his life. I did that. So it's okay. Let's see. Grandma, yeah, all right. I went to a Catholic high school, although, yeah, I know. I'm one of those girls who's like, I'm more spiritual than religious, that's me. But, I believe the universe is on my side in the same way that Syracuse University is on my side. They want me to succeed, but first I have to pay, that's all. So we're going through the hard part right now. I was manifesting the other day because I have too much time on my hands, and I was telling myself, okay, I'm gonna meet a man who is smart and driven and mature, smart and driven, mature. I kept repeating it, right? And then I swear to God, the next day somebody slid into my DMs, and he was smart and driven and mature, and also my professor. Yeah, he asked me if I enjoyed the reading for class. Insane to slide in my DMs, crazier to think I did the reading. I did not. But we were stalking his page, obviously, and he followed hundreds of attractive women who post scandalous photos. But my friend was with me, and she was trying to make me feel better because I was kind of skeeved out. And she was like, well, Julia, he mostly follows large-chested women, so I think you're okay. I was like, now I'm freaked out and insecure, so thank you. I did not respond to his message. I did go to class the next day, though, and the interesting thing is technically the class is a no laptop policy, right? But what I found out is that only applies to students who can't blackmail the professor. So I really think we need to bring back casual blackmail. Don't go out of your way for information, but if you already have it, what's the harm? I don't know. Yeah. I felt a little bad doing that joke just because he did say at our last class he has a family member in the hospital and is kind of going through a hard time. But it's okay, I talked to him, and he's doing much better now that we're texting. So, thank you guys so much. My name's Julia.
She's gonna rule the world one day. Just you wait. This is the piss break part of the show. I will be talking, but if you do need to go, go. So during my drinking, hear about my drinking. People in the bathroom, hear about my drinking. Alright, so I was drunk for most of it. But, it was a real nightmare a lot of times. I'd wake up and be like, how is this happening? What did I do? Which is not a good place to be. But when you're young, there's an answer. What do you do when you have a nightmare as a kid? He says go tell his mom. And that's the right answer. I'm glad he didn't come from a shattered household. That's really great, It's not like I grab my dagger and my moo-moo and I prepare for battle. It's good. No, the right answer is you crawl in bed with your parents. So that's what I did one night. But one night, you just become a little too old. And this is that story. So I had this recurring nightmare as a kid where a man, a figure, would come into my house, murder my entire family. That's not the funny part. It's weird to laughing at that. I got my eye on you. But he murders my entire family and then eventually kills me. And right before he kills me, he reveals himself to be Papa John. Now I know you're thinking that that's pretty foolish. But we were a Domino's family. But so one night I have this dream, nightmare, and I go to my parents' bedroom. And I'd like to preface this by saying that I was a little old. I was a little too old to be doing this. And I'd also like to double preface it by saying, I don't think I knew what sex was. I had done my fair searches of big boobs, really big boobs, and even bigger boobs. But I don't think that I knew what sex was, and I definitely didn't think my parents still did it. So I go to the door of my parents and I try to open it. No, it's jammed. So now I'm thinking, Papa John is in there. There's some urgency behind this. I need to get in. So with a running start, I lower my shoulder into the door and it flies open. Before I look up though, I look in the ground and I see a barricade of pillows. So now I'm thinking, weird move, Papa John. Weird move. In my mind, Papa John is a skilled assassin who can come in and out when he needs. But these pillows are premeditated. These are premeditated pillows. That doesn't make much sense. But before I can put two and two together, I look up! And see my 6'6" naked father's silhouette rounding the bed. It's like he's doing the high jump. He's sprinting. You got caught like he's the Yeti, like he's Bigfoot. I'm there. Sprinting around. So with fear and anger, I shout, Papa John, no! Well, pressure got to me. And I did the only reasonable thing. Try to take down Papa John. So I run and I jump. Well, as you can imagine, that led for a rather awkward situation. A moment of silence fell. So I looked at both my parents and said, we should be grateful that he's not here. But you know who we are glad is here? Our next two comics. Peter and Aiden. Hey everyone, how are we doing tonight? We are a two-person act that did not get a second microphone. Yeah, we weren't told that we were going to have one singular microphone. You would think a comedy show put on by a guy named Mike would prepare for the two mics, but didn't get around to that. I hate emails. Just the absolute worst form of communication. I cannot stand, especially my Microsoft Outlook email, the worst possible inbox. Every morning, every single morning, I wake up, I look at my phone, and I see,
Sir, it's your Microsoft Viva daily briefing, sir.
am I the president? Why am I getting a briefing every morning in my inbox?
You have 11 unread emails, sir.
So you're sending me an email about the emails I have to read? What do you want me to do with this email?
Read the email.
Okay, all right, I'll keep reading more emails.
Captain Williams of the United States Marine Corps, do you have what it takes, Peter?
I don't, Captain, I'm sorry. I don't have what it
Peter, I don't
takes.
think you have what it takes.
I don't, because I don't want to join the Marines. I'm halfway through a broadcast journalism degree at a private school. I'm not dropping everything to become a troop.
Captain Williams with another email for you, Peter. Did you change your mind yet?
I'm still kind of set on the whole college degree thing.
It looks like your GPA is above 1.6. Are you qualified?
1.6. Oh, wow. Really? Scooping out the best talent here. Okay. You know what? I'll pass, but come back to me later, Captain.
We have a message from Chancellor Kent Severud as we near the spring term. We just want to be mindful of all students with pollen allergies.
Gotta be mindful, Captain. Yeah, I'll be mindful. I will be mindful. Appreciate the note. I'll be mindful of everyone as we move towards the spring season.
Chief Craig Stone here with another incident. There are now penis swastikas everywhere.
Penis swastikas.
So
That's
it's
good.
South Campus, North Campus, what is happening?
So, a lot of penis swastikas. That's not great. You guys doing anything about it? Or
Well, we here at DPS, it's our mission to keep you informed.
inform? Is there a second? That's a one bullet list. Is there a second? Is there more stuff you're doing?
We're serving, we're protecting, we're keeping you informed.
I feel like the police, you kind of have to like protect and serve. Isn't that are you doing any of that? Or
I mean, information.
you're informing? Okay, all right. I appreciate that. We'll look forward to more penis swastikas.
Do our survey, do our survey, do our survey, please do our survey.
What for? What?
Shine, it's shine.
You want me to do a survey for a building?
Do our survey, please, just click the link, just click the link.
What is it? It says qualtrics.com. I don't know what it is.
You're not gonna get any prizes or anything like that, but it's one feedback, totally free survey.
What do you want me to say? Play HGTV more often on the screen? What feedback do you want?
Okay, handshake here. We got an opportunity I think you're gonna love. How about this? Dome concessions intern.
That's a big job. You can intern at a concession stand? That's big.
right.
What do you?
Unpaid.
Oh, great. Okay, so scooping out popcorn for free?
That's right. Okay. SU Joe box office here. Guess what? A rock band that your dad likes is coming to the Loud House in 9 months.
That's exciting. Well, I would say I'm interested. I only listen to the Kid Leroy, so I'm sorry.
Maybe tickets now, it will not sell out.
Oh, okay. But you're letting me know. Are we getting any special deal on this?
Absolutely no student discount or anything. I'm just telling you that they're coming.
There's just no special deal.
Right, that's right.
Okay. Any other events coming to the Dome?
Monster Jam.
Oh, Monster Jam. That's a good time. Do you need my car or something? What do you need for Monster Jam?
No, we're gonna use your car.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's David Bruin. Just keeping you updated.
Spam. We're a two-person set here. So you
get a lot of junk in your inbox. It's a lot of crap, and you're always being sold something. It kind of sucks. Try it. Yeah, he gets sold a lot of crap, a lot of things, also a lot of experiences. One thing, college is an experience. You get sold that on television. You ever see those college TV ads?
Those TV commercials for colleges. Just propaganda.
Just North Korean state media. It is so not representative of what college is actually like. You see them all over March Madness, all the school commercials.
For some reason, they're obsessed with like this science lab.
I think every undergrad has to cure cancer in their next 4 years. A lot of time in the lab.
I came here as a film major. I expected what?
Thank you. I came here as a film major. I expected every class to somehow incorporate a Bunsen burner.
Do I need to bring my pipette? What's going on? Bring my beaker to school every day?
There's always like a student gesturing to a huge equation on a whiteboard.
Not once have I ever written on a public whiteboard. I'm not doing any equations ever.
I don't even meet with my groups in person.
Every group meeting I do is remotely on a Google Doc that says untitled document.
We don't even text in the group chat. It's just complete communication in the Google Doc. It's just like, hey, anonymous liger, could you take the second paragraph?
Yeah, Steelers fan 27. Why don't you buff up that conclusion?
I want to see an accurate college commercial.
I want to see a commercial that shows, really cinematically, a freshman passed out at Castle. They worked way too hard. They have a dash in their forehead because they hit their head on a stop sign, and now the SU student ambulance is coming to pick them up and take them to Krause.
And it's not even a good board name. It's one that everyone wants.
Yeah, a Morgan Freeman. Oh, cool. That's hilarious. Creative. Can we think of new board names, please?
I want to see cinematic shots of somebody using Chat GPT for their 60-word discussion post.
I want to see cinematic shots of people off campus trying to get to campus. Just waiting as a caravan of 4 buses passes by like they're in a NASCAR race. Late to class again.
Seriously, all those college commercials are just sweeping, sunny shots of people walking across the quad. I just want a static shot of me fuming at 9:41 while I try to get on the bus for my 9:30 class.
There's one thing to get right though. There's one thing. They are right. Everyone wears the school's merch for some reason. We all wear the school. We're in. We don't have to prove anything. We're not being tested on your school spirit. You're here. You're in the school.
Why do we feel the need to rep the university?
The quad looks like a Fanatics.com commercial. Everyone is just wearing school merch. We go to Syracuse. You can get it.
You don't need to tell us that you bleed orange, okay?
Dude, we rise as one. We are fine.
That's fine.
You get it. You're forever orange. You get it. We don't go to Binghamton, okay? For all the free merch you see around, all the merch, all the S logos, there's a shocking lack of free merch given out at the Dome for sporting events.
Can the SU Athletics Department please just increase the budget for the t-shirt toss at the Dome? Spring for 10 more shirts, baby. I don't know.
What is going on? They rile everyone up. It's t-shirt time, fans! Yeah, one t-shirt. It's unbelievable. They rile everyone up, and then they literally have, for 8,000 fans, we break attendance records, and they have 8 t-shirts. At those big venues, Madison Square Garden, United Center, they have those t-shirt cannons, sweet, shooting t-shirts all over the stadium.
Do we have t-shirt cannons, Peter?
We do not. We have the rowing team. They're gonna go. The coxswain is just gonna really get to the 6th row. And there's always people in the back of the student section, and I'm
Okay, all right, buddy.
You got people up in the nosebleeds, oh, you're right here, right? Buddy, sit down. You got better luck getting on the National Grid dance cam, okay?
It's not even a good shirt. It's a double XL, 100% cotton. It just has a big QR code on it that doesn't work.
It's just to donate to another fundraiser, but if you use it, it just goes 404 error not found. Worthless. But I'd do anything for a free shirt. Free shirts are the best. I don't know.
Just the fact that it's free.
It justifies everything you do, everything you've spent. A free shirt is so worth it.
I will pummel the person next to me to obtain the shirt. I will never wear the shirt.
It's going in the pile. I will not wear it until 6 years from now when I'm painting my apartment.
You said you'd do anything for a free shirt.
I would do something worthy of getting on Barstool Cuse. I would do something so heinous to get a free shirt. You know what? I'd do anything for a free shirt.
Hey, Captain Williams here with the United States Marines. We have this shirt for you.
I'm in. Thank you so much, guys. Free shirt, sign me up!
You know, I ruin things. I do. I really do. You know, I can convince myself that Mother Teresa's kind of a cunt. I could. I don't like her hair. I don't like her hair. I don't like the way she looks at me. You know, what is she insane? You think you're better than me? Better than old Mike? Well, you know who is better than me? And she is definitely not Mother Teresa. Our next comic, Mary Shalaby.
I'm really happy Mike George is doing this for charity. Because it's not so often when your babysitter gives you an opportunity like this. I'm really nervous tonight. I've done one too many zins tonight. And by one too many I mean I've done a singular zin. And I'm also going to be reading from my paper because I'm an English major and I'm working on my literacy. All right, let's begin. Hi guys. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm glad to hear it. This is my first time at a bar in Syracuse. Minus the one time I went out to lunch at Lucy's with my improv team. So I'm doing pretty good. You're probably wondering what's in my bucket. I'll show you! That's my bootleg version of holy water. Nice, right? I made it myself because I figured stealing it from a church would be a sin. And I need it because my mom is currently going through menopause right now. And it's the only way that I can cleanse her from the post-menstrual threats of the devil. Because you see here, menopause is the devil's own contribution to society. The hot flashes he sends middle-aged women are just a taste of what the heat is like in hell. They serve to remind middle-aged women of their mortality. And that if they want a shot at heaven, they better start repenting ASAP. Now, obviously, I'm not a priest. Obviously. Because the Catholic Church hates women and is terrified of people with high voices that aren't a result of castration. So I couldn't really make the holy water by blessing it. But I figured that since holy water is meant to kill all the evil, that if I put 3 parts vodka, 2 parts water, it would do the same thing. That's what my professor does. I spent my summer at home living with my mother, and in order to avoid the devilish creature that menopause made out of her, I would just go like this. I'd dip my finger into the solution, and then before she'd wake up, I'd paint a little cross on her forehead. And it worked really well. Except one time I forgot, and we had a really close call. You see, one time, her and I were sharing an Adirondack chair on my patio, and she had one of her hot flashes. Encounters with the devil. And she pushed me out of the Adirondack chair onto the brick ground. And she towered over me and said, I am the spawn of Satan. If you cross me once more, mortal, I'll send my hellhounds on you, my dog. And I'll have you dragged to the fiery pits of hell. And then she made me some tea by placing her hand on the kettle and boiling some water. And all was forgiven. She doesn't remember this. I'm an English major, like I said before. It means I have no skill set. And the only things I've learned so far is 1, I hate reading, and 2, everything in literature is gay. And I don't mean that like the authors intended for their work to be queer-coded. I just meant these fuckers in my class try and make everything in the world they can gay. War and Peace, gay. Harry Potter, gay. I had this one bitch in my class try and say that the Diary of Anne Frank was gay. Basically, if you want to get an A in an English class, just say that it's gay. Last week, though, we had to read Brokeback Mountain, which is a story about 2 cowboys out west who like to wrangle each other more than the sheep they're supposed to be herding. And when I heard about this, I was thrilled because I was finally going to do well on a paper without having to rely on my extremely poor gaydar. Up until last week, I still thought that Neil Patrick Harris was just a skinny straight man. Wrong. And so I was so excited to go to class because I had my thing all worked out, right? I brought my notebook and my pens because they don't allow you to have laptops in English classes. And I could just not wait to talk about how I knew the cowboys were gay because of this one low-key moment when they decided to rail each other in the woods. And then we start the discussion, and one kid raises his hand before me, and Professor Motherfucker calls on him. And he goes, I cowboys were actually gay. I think the author was trying to make a point about how toxic masculinity and how these men were forced into relations because of their isolating lives. What the fuck? And then Professor Motherfucker looks at me and she's like, Mary, I noticed you raised your hand. Would you like to say anything? And I was like, no, like basically I was just gonna say what he said. And she was like, are you sure you don't have anything extra to add? I'd love to hear what you have to say. And I said, no, Professor Motherfucker. If you're wondering, I don't have a very high GPA. But it's not my fault. That's all I have for you tonight. But before I leave you, I'd like to leave you all with a prayer. I have the holy water here. I figured it's only appropriate. So everyone bow your heads and look at your genitalia and feel ashamed. I'm gonna kneel for this. Let us pray. Dear God, hey man, it's your me. It's your girl Mary. That's the response I was expecting from God. I just wanted to say thank you for all the stuff you've done for me in the past weeks. And tell your angels I say thank you also because I know they're the ones actually doing the work. Not you. But don't be ashamed of that, God. It's okay. One entity can't be the service of 8 billion people. It's okay to ask for help every once in a while, God. To start, I'd like to say thank you for all the trees, rivers, and streams. I love throwing my McDonald's wrappers into them when I'm finished and watching it float down the river. Trying to forget that I just downed 2 quarter-pounders with cheese. Next, God, I would like to thank you for inventing the quarter-pounder with cheese. While you're a bitch for giving me high cholesterol, I appreciate how yummy it tastes. I know you gave me high cholesterol just because you want me to join heaven a little bit faster than everyone else though, God. And I think that's really cute. I can't wait to meet you too. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch. And God, thank you so much for getting that one girl who I graduated with pregnant. That was a real scare for me. But also such a good joke. That poor child has to not only grow up in the butt-lick middle of nowhere, but has to deal with the fact that Jakey Romano is his father. People always talk about how serious you are, but I guess they just don't know you like I do. You're such a jokester. I knew you would pay me back with some good karma after all the swirlies I endured from Jakey in high school. Just took you a while. And lastly, God, most importantly, rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks for the grub. Yay, God. Love you, bitch.
I'm just not assertive enough. What am I supposed to say? Oh, it's cocksucking time! I don't know. It'd be weird, I wouldn't do that because I am polite. And that is the joke. And while I may not like gangbangs, this next comic, I don't know what his stance is on it, but he may tell you, give it up for Mobby.
When I was 13, I had she had me going crazy. She woke me up daily. She made my heart pound. On school or the playground. I don't know what comes next, but it don't matter. Let me tell you something. Look. I'm drunk, I need to pee, so I'm irritable. Some of y'all with some nice titties in the back was talking while the other people was talking. Don't do that shit to me. Y'all standing in the back, how does it feel being in the colored section? Separate but equal ain't so equal, is it? Also, there's a cute boy around here somewhere that looks like a sexy bug. Where are you? Where are you? You have a mustache. Where are you? Where is it? Where's this one here? Where is it? You not sexy, nigga. Stop. There you are with the hat. Let me tell you something. You may not know about Ma, but by the end of today, you gonna know about me. We gonna be family for the next few minutes. Is that all right? Is that cool? Well, look. Somebody asked me not too long ago, Marvin, would you suck a dick to save your father's life? I suck dick all the time. And my father just had a stroke. And I really don't know. I don't know how to process the shit. You know, I'm not good with emotions. I think that's why I hated the movie Inside Out so much. Because I really don't know what to do. Me and my father had a terrible relationship. I mean, he's told me many times that he wants nothing to do with me. He really don't like me. And the last time I talked to him was on Christmas Day. He called me because he saw a video of me on Live from Studio B. It popped up on his recommended. And in the video I was talking about sucking dick in the lacrosse locker room. Right? We've all been there, right? We've all been there. Yeah. And he called me, he was like, what is this? Is this a joke? I don't understand comedy. Is this just a joke? Is this real? I said, aspects. Like I wasn't sucking dick in the locker room. I have class. I was sucking dick on the field. Anybody play lacrosse in here? What do we do at the end of every practice? At the end of every practice, what do? We pick up all the balls, all the ones that went over the fence, into the bushes, I was collecting balls all right. But no, he did not find that shit funny. He hated it. And he was like, I don't have no kids. I don't have a son, I don't have a daughter, and I especially don't have, and will never have, a gay son. That's the last thing he said to me. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up, because I would never say I don't have a dad, especially a little diabetic bitch like you! I would never say that shit. And why, in the year 2023, is it acceptable for YouTube to recommend videos from Live from Studio B? What the fuck? Callie is the host of Live from Studio B. Julia is the head get his wife to be. What the fuck? Fuck that nigga. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm not really sad or not really mad that he had a stroke. I'm more so mad that he survived the motherfucker. But y'all fuck with gay people, right? That's cool? You know, I live on South Campus, so that means I have a lot of Uber rides and a lot of suicidal thoughts. My biggest fear is being just shot randomly on South Campus. Because there's so many deers. I know somebody's gonna take a shot. I know. There are so many deers, somebody's gonna be pop, pop. You the type. Look at you, look like a lumberjack now. Pop, pop. I know you. But the last Uber I got on, I got in the car and the first thing he said was, you're at a good fucking age. I said, what? Like, no hello, no, this is for mopping, right? No, you're at a good fucking age. And I'm not gonna try to imitate his accent, just imagine Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb. He said, no, you're young. You fuck good. Fuck a bitch, then leave that bitch to fuck a new bitch. Now these are his words, not mine. Cause I don't call women bitches. I call y'all queens like y'all are. I don't call y'all bitches. But then he said that he learned how to fuck good in Qatar. I said, oh? Qatar? He was like, actually it's pronounced Qatar. I said, oh, right, Qatar. I said, cut a gay nigga up and throw him in the bushes. They don't fuck with gay people in Qatar. He was born in Qatar, then moved to Dubai, then moved to Russia, then moved to Syracuse, New York. I said, damn nigga, you on a homophobic world tour. I was scared as shit. So I had to put on a play. I had to act straight. And you can't look at me and tell I'm a delinquent. You can't. I don't look gay when you look at me, okay? But I had to put on a front. So I was like, oh yeah, bro. I fuck all the bitches. I fuck white bitches, Hispanic bitches, tall bitches, short bitches, big titty bitches, little titty bitches, able body bitches, disabled body bitches. I even fuck a cross-eyed bitch. I even fuck a cross-eyed bitch. She looking at my face looking like my dick at the same damn time. And I said, in fact, I'm on my way to fuck a funny bitch. Little does he know I am the funny bitch. Anybody in here ever been taken advantage of or just done wrong? Clap, clap, clap. Yeah. You look like it too. You look like you look like you need a hug. But it's alright, because I know there's somebody out there right now who's mad they fumbled you. Right? The saying is, they don't appreciate something till it's gone. I know there's somebody out there wishing they appreciate it. Didn't I say some shit about talking while I was performing? I don't give a fuck if you paid for my drink. Anyway, I know there's somebody out there who wish they appreciated you. Well, that's the case for me and my penis. We got a love-hate relationship. I almost lost the motherfucker. When I was in middle school, I had a science experiment with some Venus flytraps. And let me tell you something. You can't just drop, I had to feed them, right? And you can't just drop a dead fly in a Venus flytrap. No, you gotta rub the head so that it feels like there's something inside of them. Women are the same way. You gotta rub the head. And so I'm feeding them. I'm rubbing the head. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And then I get a little horny. So I jerk off to the Syracuse University men's track and field team. Anybody on the team? Anybody? In here on the team from track and field? You're on the team? Who's the guy I like? You know who I'm talking about. The cute one with the earrings and the rings. What's his name? You said Ron? His name is Lucas. Nigga, damn. He be wearing Crocs and shit. Anyway, so I'm jerking off, and after about an hour, I can't come, and it pisses me off because I can never come. Another human being has never been able to make me come. I hate it. Men, clap if you can only come laying down. Oh, okay. See, God is punishing the both of us, huh? I know God is up there looking down like, I bet if he was jerking off to some straight shit, you'd be able to come, standing up. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not on Zoloft. I'm not on birth control. I just can't come. And so I give up. I'm pissed. I give up and I take a rage nap. Y'all know. Just take a rage nap. And while I'm napping, I have a dream that someone's playing whack-a-mole, but instead of hitting the mole, they're hitting my penis. And so I look under the covers and my penis is swollen. My dick look like Arnold the Orange, just spinning this shit. And I'm scared because I have never seen my dick that big before. And I'll be honest, family, because we family, right? I don't have the most dick in the room. No, I don't. If my dick wore a hoodie, it'd be a medium. Maybe a large at H&M. But I'll tell you this, my dick is a lot like a buzz ball. It may not look like shit, but it'll fuck you up. The last guy I had sex with, several years ago, I had him bent over. He was like, all right, do your thing. And I was like, okay, cool. But you didn't think I was a top, did you? I heard that. You didn't think I was a top. I had him bent over. He was like, all right, do your thing. I said, cool, but if it hurts, just let me know. He goes, it won't hurt. But you gotta understand, he was a furry. Okay, he's just an octopus tentacles. He's used to hooves and trunks and shit. I can't compete with that. And straight men, I'm gonna be your advocate for a second. Straight men can't compete with no damn rose. Can't no man suck and vibrate at the same time? That's why we gotta rub the head now. That's why. Women, y'all gotta chill out. Can't no man compete with that. I got y'all. Nah, the secret is an unsatisfied woman leaves an unsatisfied straight man, which brings them to mine. But yeah, I know some of y'all down to me, but I will tell you, the shit did hurt. I had him saying like, oh, you can use more lotion. Oh, you got to use more lotion? No, deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Shit. And I know what some of y'all, I feel the hateration in the room. Some of y'all are like, maybe it's because you couldn't get him wet. It was a man. Man can't get wet. I hate it. Gay men, stop calling your butt a pussy. That shit turns me off. Oh, I got good pussy, don't I? I don't like that shit. Anyway, back to the Oompa Loompa on my lap. I swear to God, I thought my penis was gonna explode like JFK's brains. And so I called my mother. She was out of town. She was driving back. And I was like, Mother, my penis swollen. She said, what? I said, my penis is swollen. She said, who is this? I said, it's your son if my penis is swollen. She goes, boy, let me take you off speakerphone. My 70-year-old aunt is in the back like, what's wrong with his penis? He said, when did his penis start getting swollen? What is wrong with his penis? And so I don't have time to do the whole story because I'm already over 10 minutes. But the crux of the story is this. Bug boy, if you down, I'm down. I promise. My mother is my biggest enemy. And 3, I still go back to that question, would I suck a dick to save my father's life? I mean, he's a stroke victim, so no, I would not. And I think about it like, my father is in a walker right now. And I'm about to walk onto a stage to open up for Trevor Wallace and Chris Redd. Hold on, I didn't drink the whole time I was up here. The real question should be mopping. Would you stop sucking dick to save your father's life? I swear to God, I'm gonna suck a dick at his funeral. I love y'all, I thank y'all.
About to suck a dick. Alright guys, but before we end the show, I've been advised by my legal counsel to say that the Boys and Girls Club does not endorse anything that was said tonight. That being said, my legal counsel took a whippet before he told me, and he's currently failing his pre-law track, so we really don't know. You know who it was. Alright guys, that's our show, so let's give a warm round of applause to the people that made it happen. First of all, the baddies on the cameras. I think they're aware. To Tristan and the guys at Tony's house. To Steven and the Chuck staff. Thank you for having me. It's for you guys. You guys are really amazing, and you all are going to go on and do really amazing things. You're going to change the world. And some of you aren't. Some of you are going to lead really horrible, awful, tragic, really terrible. I mean, it's going to be